Coming up, Iowa baseball takes care of business on a road trip to Ann Arbor.
And later, an update on tennis as they head into postseason play.
Hello everyone, welcome into DITV Sports in the Zone. I'm Brady Barrett.
And I'm Ryan Paris. We'll take a look at everything going on in Hawkeye sports.
Let's get things started, Ryan, with a big-time baseball series over the weekend where the Hawks traveled up to Michigan for a 3-game series. And it was one of their best performances so far this season. Starting off with Game 1, Ben Wilmez scoring first. He's coming around right into home, right past the outstretched glove of the Michigan catcher. Let's see that one more time. Ooh, barely gets in there. But he wouldn't be done. Ben Wilmez here up to bat, knocks this 2-run homer out to left field. That'll take a 3-0 lead. And then Daniel Rogers here, he'll hit a stand-up double. This one would tie the game at 5 in this back and forth battle. Now coming up here, we'll have Reese Moore at the plate. He'll hit this one off the pitcher's glove. This will give Iowa a 6-5 lead in Game 1. That'd be enough for them to hang on and win.
Moving on to game number 2, we start off with a sacrifice bunt. Run scores. He is out at first. Hawks will take the lead on that. Then Cooper Schulte nearly decapitates the pitcher as he hits one right up the middle. Now he's going to get into center, score a run, and give the Hawks 2 in scoring position right there, second and third. And then right at the end of the game, looping into left center field, Miles Risley tumbling to make the grab. What a catch for Miles Risley. There's a second look at it. He gets the job done.
Now here in Game 3, we'll have this shot out to right field here. That'll give Iowa a 2-1 lead, bringing in 2 runners home off of that one. Then Blake Guerin steps up to the plate, RBI single up the middle to make it a 3-1 ball game in Iowa's favor. They wouldn't be done yet. This Mitch Wood bases clearing shot to right field brings home all 3 runners, give Iowa a 7-3 lead, and that'd be the insurance they need to hang on to that one 7-4, get the series sweep, and win their 7th straight Big Ten series this season.
Moving on to softball, getting the action right away. Penn State going to strike first here with an RBI ground out. Then Avery Jackson, big rip left center field. This one going to get down and one hop the wall. Here comes Devin Simon rounding third. She is going to score easily. Throw coming into the catcher, and Avery Jackson advances to third on the play. Then runner going to second place. But look, coming home, and it's Avery Jackson to tie the game, take the lead for the Hawks. And then late stages, grounder up the middle. Jenny Young, full extension, diving throw over to first base, and they get her out. And the Hawkeyes win the game.
Now taking a look, the Hawkeyes have a doubleheader today. Game 1 is set for first pitch at 12:30. Game 2 is expected to start around 4.
That's right, Brady. We had some April showers on Easter Sunday, causing Game 2 to be postponed. And if Penn State wins both games today, they'll win the series and draw level with Iowa in the Big Ten standings.
That's right, Ryan. But let's get into tennis now. The Iowa tennis team closed out their regular season by paying a visit to the Pacific Northwest this past weekend.
This past Friday, the Hawks took on Oregon, who they defeated in a narrow 4-3 win. Oregon did win the doubles point, but Iowa was able to battle back, winning 4 of the singles matches.
It was a completely different story yesterday, however, when the Hawks ran into Washington. Even with this matchup being delayed by an hour last night, it still wasn't enough prep time to slow down the Huskies in their 4-0 sweep of Iowa. Whole lot of action here, Ryan. And now let's take a look at where they're in the standings here. We're going to go to DITV's Elise Gann live in studio with us to break down where the Hawkeyes sit in the standings.
Yeah, Brady, we've got some updates here on the wall, and I'll start with baseball, where Iowa still stands first in the Big Ten. The Hawkeyes have stood on the top pedestal for the conference for the majority of this season, and now are multiple games ahead of second place UCLA. UCLA and Iowa have been battling day in and out, but now the Hawks hold a 4-game lead on the Bruins with under a month to go in the regular season. And not much has changed when it comes to the playoffs. The Hawks still standing in first, where they will be in Pool A. And now on the other diamond, Iowa's softball season is also winding down, and the Hawkeyes have moved up a spot in the standings, rising from 8th place to 7th place. And as talked about earlier, Iowa is in the midst of their Penn State series with 1 win under their belt. And if they stay on their hot streak, they will make their way into the playoffs as they are in the conference's top 12. Iowa has 2 more Big Ten series left this season, both against teams who are not slated to make the playoffs, so they will have to take advantage of their opponents to stay in postseason play. And off the field and onto the court, the Iowa tennis team officially knows their seeding after completing the regular season last night, though not much has changed. Washington is still up in the 3 spot, and Iowa is in the 8 seed and will face 9-seeded Maryland, and whoever wins that will face Michigan, the first-ranked seed in the Big Ten. And they would advance to battle a top team. And the Hawkeyes lost to Maryland on the road earlier this season, 4-2, and were swept at home by the Wolverines, who are also one of the top teams in the entire nation. That's all I have for standings, and I'll send it back to the guys.
Yeah, Ryan, exciting time here with tennis coming down to the wire.
Absolutely. Playoff season, always exciting for any Big Ten sport.
But now let's take a look at our top 5 plays for DITV Sports in the Zone over the past weekend. Starting off, Iowa baseball versus Michigan. This is game 1. We've got Ben Wilmez's 2-run home run shot here. Deep shot to left field. This would give Iowa that 3-0 lead they needed to help them get that 6-5 victory over the Wolverines in game 1.
Moving on to number 4, Iowa softball versus Penn State. This in the final inning. The last out of the game, Jenna Young, full extension, throws over to first base, and they get the runner out upon review. Iowa's going to win that game 2-1 just in time. A bang-bang play.
Let's keep things back to the baseball field. This is game 3 here. Mitch Wood hitting this one off to right field with bases loaded. That brings every single runner home, all 3 of them, to give Iowa that 7-3 lead. Of course, they go on to win that one 7-4, but this play here, the catalyst in that one.
Moving back to the softball diamond, it's Avery Jackson, big swing, left center field. That one gets all the way to the track. Devin Simon scoring on this play, and Avery Jackson, you know she's got some top flight speed. She's going to be into third base on this throw, and later coming around to score. It would tie the game 1-1, and Iowa eventually wins it 2-1.
Now, Ryan, here, we're going to bring baseball back for our top play. This is game 2. Iowa leads 3-2 in the 8th. And this line drive out to center field by Michigan. Ooh, the diving catch, Miles Risley. Let's look at that one again. That game seals the win almost because that left a runner in scoring position for Michigan, and they'd go on to win 3-2. That kept the score right there. Iowa's track and field team had a big weekend in Gainesville, Florida, complete with some new school records. Kalen Walker got things started by resetting his own school record in the men's 100 meter.
And then Chioma Wachikwu followed by improving the program's 400 meter mark, and the women's 4x400 relay team capped off the day with the team's 3rd record.
But the action isn't just on the field of play, Ryan. There's plenty of things going on behind the scenes in Hawkeye athletics. That's why we've got Cole Krieger live in the newsroom for some off-season updates.
The Iowa Hawkeyes continued to add to their trenches with their latest transfer portal. Offensive tackle Bryce George has committed to the Hawkeyes with 1 year of eligibility remaining. The Ferris State transfer has won 3 Division II national championships and has made 38 starts in his career. The former D2 All-American comes to Iowa City standing at 6'5", 314 pounds. But it's not just on the gridiron where the Hawkeyes are building up their roster, but also on the court as well with men's basketball. As late last night, the team made it official, bringing in Robert Morris transfer Alvaro Fulgueres. Fulgueres is a 6'9" forward who is listed as the number 43rd ranked transfer in the portal and is originally from Spain. In the Colonials' lone March Madness game, he collected a double-double. Iowa will face Robert Morris in Game 1 of the upcoming season. That was a look how things are adding up in the transfer portal for the Hawkeyes. Now, back to you.
Lots of exciting things going on off the season too, Ryan.
For sure. NFL drafts coming up. A lot of Hawkeyes in potential to go in the 1st and 2nd round. Should be exciting.
Exactly. Big times coming up. But thank you for tuning in to DITV Sports in the Zone. For Elise Gann, I'm Brady Barron.
And for Cole Krieger, I'm Ryan Paris. We'll be back next week. But until then, stay in the zone.